Hey you! Are you tired of your summoner dying? When your summoner dies, it's a pain in the butt, especially if you're a squishy glass cannon named Orbia. Cleef and Kina have a little bit easier because you build them tanky anyway, but today's video is going to be the top 10 monsters that can protect your summoner. If you like my videos and like my content, hit the sub button, hit the like button, hit that bell dingy dingy thing so you know when I post a video. Let's go, baby. I always say that in every video. Where are we going? Tip of the day. I've talked about this before in a different video in the middle of it, but I wanted to make sure this tip is fresh in your head because it's also a major factor in how to protect your summoner. If you're in your monsters tab and you click on the little class icon next to your monster's name, a battle guide will come up. Because there is a computer AI, there is specific things that each class will do. Each class has a very specific thing that they do. Like knights, for example, they always charge and attack the nearest enemy. Warriors attack assassins and melee enemies first. What it also doesn't say is that it will attack an enemy that is attacking your summoner. Supports will move to a nearby ally when it is attacked or if it's low HP. Mages move to a safer location to cast spells when an enemy comes close or when it takes damage. Archers attack the closest enemy, and assassins, they always target ranged targets such as archers and mages first. If you use these class-specific AI mechanics in your team compositions, this can truly benefit you. The more you know. Hi, Josie. Say hi. Alright, let's get on with the top 10 monsters that'll protect your summoner. Now, there's a lot of thought process that I put into this, and I actually had to go back and look at a lot of monsters. There's a couple key things that I left out of this list. The number one key is provokers. Now, all provokers are good to protect your summoner. They should definitely be in your team composition if you are having trouble keeping your summoner alive. I didn't want to put specific provokers into this list because there's other people that will do the job better and more specifically towards your summoner. So if you're using provokers, great. That is a great option. Number two, there is some key monsters that I left out of this list. Kind of notable mentions. Some free-to-play units like Light Gore Silverback, Dark Warbear Gorgo, some Nat 5s like Water Monkey King, Light Monkey King, Wind Ifrit, Dark Pirate Captain, and Dark Beetle Knight. These are monsters that just didn't make the top 10. But before I go over the top 10, I want to explain to you what this top 10 includes. The top 10 list includes monsters that specifically help the summoner. In addition to that, this list includes warriors that have some kind of crowd control, so that if the enemy attacks your summoner, the warrior is going to attack them, applying some kind of crowd control to mitigate the damage to your summoner. This list also is not just free to play. This list goes over all 3, 4, 5-star monsters, even light and dark. This is a general top 10 list. Number 10. Water Mummy Nubia. I know you guys are just like, what? Water Mummy? If you need protection for your summoner, this is a very easy free to play option. There is better free to play options on this list, but Water Mummy made the top 10. Easy to max awaken, easy to max skill. What makes Nubia great is his passive. Anytime he uses a skill, he has a 90% chance to freeze the target, and his damage is based off his max HP, with low cooldowns, his third skill being 14 seconds and his second skill being 20. You can build him like a tanky build, or you can make him like a bruiser with high crit rate, high crit damage. Just make sure you got some accuracy on him, so he will land the freeze. Number 9. Water Penguin Tomah. Again, another warrior that will protect your summoner and is a freeze machine. His rate of freeze is a little bit lower, the 70% chance on his second skill. However, he does have a chance to freeze on his basic attack. So you build him with some decent attack speed, and you can honestly make him a damage build. He has defense break, and his third skill, if the enemy is frozen, it's a guaranteed critical hit, and he does more damage if the target's frozen. Number 8. I've always wanted to say numbers like this. It's our boy Fire Frankenstein Bulldozer. I already did a video about him. I use him pretty much everywhere. Not only does he do crazy damage in PvE, and he can one-shot people in arena. But his second ability is an AoE stun. So when your teammates gets attacked, he will then attack that enemy and either one-shot or AoE stun. Panda Frank is probably one of my favorite monsters right now. And anyone that hasn't built him yet, not saying you need to, I just highly recommend. No. 7. If you pulled him, win Panda Fangyan, another warrior on the list, and he doesn't per se have like some kind of gimmick that will protect the summoner, but he is a warrior, which is why I put him at number 7. He's more of an annoyance to someone that is attacking your summoner. 2 reasons that make him great. 1, he's very self-sustainable. His second skill removes all harmful effects and applies a heal over time to himself. He's defense based, so you build him high defense, and his second skill decreases the cooldown of his third, and his third skill is literally what makes him annoying. He applies counterattack to himself and creates a really wide area of effect ring. This continuously deals damage based off of its defense. This attack also always has a tribute advantage. So if it's a fire monster, you don't have to worry about it being the weaker element. So he is a huge threat if he's left alone. But not only that, if someone tries to attack him, he will then counterattack due to his counterattack buff and has a chance to apply a defense break and crowd control airborne. Really annoying warrior to deal with. But he's at number 7 because he's really hard to kill if it's like a 1v1 fight at the end. Number 6. Oh yeah! Wind Monkey King Zing. I have no clue if I said that right. Wind Monkey is a stun machine. He is a warrior that will protect your summoner. His basic attack has a chance to apply a stun. He has a self-attack speed up buff, which helps the chance to stun, can remove a beneficial effect, has high damage modifiers, has a defense break that can apply 3 times if you're lucky, and his passive, which is a 7-second cooldown, very low, it will apply damage taken down to itself when a team member is attacked and counterattacks the target, which is also a high modifier every 7 seconds and another chance to stun. You put him as a soul link and his ultimate has another stun. We should definitely consider building him. He's really good. Number 5. Lightheart Dova. I would say this is more considered towards an Orbia, but this can also work with Cleef and Kina depending on your team comp. There are a couple things that makes Dova so great. One is his basic attack. Covers the teammate with the lowest HP every time he hits a basic attack. This is huge if you put high attack speed on him and high precision. Number 2, his ability is summoner based only, decreases the summoner's skill cooldowns, and applies skill acceleration to your summoner. And his third skill is what I talk about mainly for Orbias, but depending on your team comp, if your summoner has the highest attack, this skill applies attack up to the ally with the highest attack and applies a heal over time. If the ally's HP is below 30%, it will apply Endure. The cooldown's 26 seconds, the Endure lasts for 16. So every 26 seconds, if your summoner gets to that low threshold, Dova will apply Endure. And with Dova's basic attack constantly healing, it can really be annoying for the enemy. Kill off your summoner when they're low because it's constant healing. For example, my Rakuni does the same thing as Dova. Look at the constant healing that Karambit is getting. When it's attacking, it's literally half a second. 6.1% of the target's HP, just like Dova. 218 attack speed, 131 precision. It's constant healing. Number 4. Water Beetle Knight Sir Neptune. You know he was in the list, but he's only number 4. You know what makes Sir Neptune so great? His passive. It's a 2-minute cooldown. If the summoner takes death inflicting damage, it ignores the damage, applies an Endure for 14 seconds, and does a massive heal 47% of the target's HP. He also has heal over time, crit res up, move speed down to the enemies, has a level 2 defense break, and has crowd control of airborne. Yes, I personally didn't summon for him. Call me crazy, but I don't need him. But he does make the list at number 4. There's no doubt about it that he would be on this list. Number 3. Water Beast Beast Monk Chandra, an amazing Soul Link monster for your summon. An amazing monster on Soul Link or even non-Soul Link. His third skill applies Defend to the summon. It'll also apply defense up to himself. When he casts Defend on the summoner, he will take 50% of the damage that the summoner takes, and has a 20% chance every time the summoner is attacked to use Defend 2. Defend 2 makes Chandra's charge to the enemy that attacked the summoner, does damage based off of defense, 70% chance to stun, and if the target is stunned, does more bonus damage. And if you have him as your Soul Link, the ultimate again casts Defend on your summoner. He also has an AoE that will apply a crit rate down to the enemies, which will help mitigate damage. Crit rate down decreases the crit rate by 30%, which is huge. Number 2! Yeah, it's his brother Dark Beast Monk Rahul. He also has the skill Defend. He doesn't have the stun like the Water Beast Monk does. However, he has a continuous effect passive if the target doesn't have any beneficial effects. All basic attack and all skills have a chance to stun, and also his damage dealt is increased. He doesn't have a Soul Link Defend like Water Beast Monk does, so debatably you could probably put Water Beast Monk maybe second, but because Rahul is a dark natural 5-star unit, he is definitely second. Not only that, he can do a lot of damage, block beneficial effects, applies poison. If you had the luck to pull Dark Beast Monk, a definite great choice to protect your summoner. The number 1 monster, Light Mimic. No, I'm just kidding. It's Light Pioneer Nagong. Nagong. I didn't say that right either. What makes Light Pioneer so amazing? If you don't know already, he's great as a non-Soul Link monster, but he's definitely even better on Soul Link. So when your summoner uses the ultimate, Nagong also uses the ultimate as well. But let's talk about Nagong's skills. Number 1, his second skill recovers the HP of all nearby allies and applies immunity. Amazing, amazing. His third skill applies Soul Protection. Light Pioneer is the only monster that can actually revive your summoner if he applies the buff before your summoner dies, obviously. Soul Protection revives upon death. So if your summoner dies before Light Pioneer actually uses this skill, then there's probably something else going on here, right? But he will apply Soul Protection for 14 seconds, and if your summoners or monsters die, they get revive of 30% HP. If for some reason your monster's dead and Light Pioneer did not get Soul Protection on them before they died, he still revives one monster. However, if you have him on Soul Link and the summoner uses their ultimate, he will do the same third skill but a better version. Soul Protection revives your summoners and your monsters at 60% HP, but if there's a dead monster already, it will revive one monster at 80% HP. And then when they get revived from this ultimate, he will heal them automatically for 31.6% of the max HP. That additional heal after the res on his ultimate, he does not have that on his third skill. That's why he really shines as Soul Link. Crazy, crazy monster. If you've had the luck to pull Light Pioneer, which I know my boy Code Yo has, what's up, bro? Then this is the only time I'm gonna tell you that this monster is a definite 100% build. If you have Light Pioneer and you haven't built him yet, please do so. Best support in the game. And that's it for today's video. Today's topic was presented to you by World Chat. On Sunday, I was literally reading World Chat, and I literally got probably 8 good topics on my list now for future videos. So thank you, World Chat. Also, with the upcoming 2 new runes of Despair and Vampire, there could be a lot of other nice monsters to choose if you're using Despair runes. But in time, we will find this out. If you like all my videos and like my content, sub, like, ding a bell. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!